In today's video, we'll be exploring 10 religions that believe in Jesus. The Christian faith centers on beliefs regarding the birth, life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. However, it's interesting to note that many religions, even those pre-existing Jesus, have come to include Jesus in their description of reality. Welcome back to FTD Facts. I'm Sarah Carvalho, and today I'm excited to explore with you 10 religions that believe in Jesus in some capacity or form. All right, starting us off today, we have Judaism. Ancient Jewish believers, as recorded by the Talmud and the Toledot Yeshu, acknowledged that Jesus existed and had a mother named Mary. In addition to being a popular teacher, Jesus also gathered disciples and had supernatural powers to perform miracles. However, they claimed Jesus wielded the power of the devil when doing these miracles rather than God. The crucifixion of Jesus is affirmed by ancient Jewish records, but the Talmud and the Toledot Yeshu deny Jesus was resurrected or that he is the Messiah. Up next, we have a religion known as Baha'i. Baha'u'llah, a 19th century Persian, claimed to be a messenger from God as he founded the Baha'i faith in 1863. He taught that all of religious history had been revealed through a series of messengers sent by God. The Baha'i faith describes Jesus as a manifestation of God and acknowledges Jesus was sent by God alongside other messengers. The faith also acknowledges Jesus was born of a virgin through the Holy Spirit and that Jesus spoke for God while he was on earth. In fact, the words of Jesus are considered to be the words of God. The Baha'i faith acknowledges Jesus performed miracles while here on earth and that Jesus died on a cross, and this death and spiritual resurrection were offered to redeem fallen humanity. Up next, we have Hinduism. Many Hindus have no difficulty in accepting Jesus as divine. What they find difficult is the Christian understanding that the incarnation of God in Jesus is unique. Jesus is often seen as the supreme example of self-realization, the goal of the Hindi Dharma. He is taken to be a symbol of human progress. They don't, however, see Jesus as the only way to God. For some, Jesus is more of an ideal than a historical person. Moving on to the New Age movement. In the New Age movement, any attempt to identify Jesus as the singular God of the universe is completely rejected. Now, many New Age believers are willing to consider the teachings of Jesus. However, the Christhood of Jesus is often described as something anyone could attain. In this sense, Jesus is seen as a man who completed a process of spiritual evolution over successive generations of reincarnation, becoming an enlightened master. Many New Age spiritual movements have described Jesus as some sort of sage, teacher, or philosopher. Up at number 6, we have African traditional religions. In African traditional religions, the ancestors play an important role. The deceased are considered as protectors and intermediaries between God and human beings. Faith in the ancestors can be a support for faith in Jesus. The God of Jesus Christ is, in fact, the God of life. Jesus, who shares in this life in a very special way, presents himself as one who gives life and gives it in abundance. From this point of view, Jesus can be considered as an ancestor in these faiths. Jesus is presented in the Gospels as one who went about healing. Therefore, he is also seen as both a liberator and a healer in African traditional religions. And at the halfway point in today's video, up at number 5, we had Druze. In the Druze faith, Jesus is considered one of God's important prophets and a Messiah. The Druze venerate Jesus as the son of Joseph and Mary and his 4 disciples who wrote the Gospels. According to the Druze manuscripts, Jesus is the greatest imam and the incarnation of ultimate reason on earth and the first cosmic principle. The Druze faith regards Jesus and Hamza ibn Ali as the incarnations of one of the 5 great celestial powers who form part of their system. Druze believe that Hamza ibn Ali was a reincarnation of Jesus and that he is the true Messiah who directed the deeds of the Messiah Jesus. They also believe that at some point in his life, Jesus strayed from the path of the true Messiah. So Hamza filled the hearts of the Jews with hatred for him, and for that reason, they crucified him. Now, despite this, it is believed that Hamza ibn Ali actually took Jesus down from the cross and allowed him to return to his family in order to prepare men for preaching his religion. Moving on to Rastafarianism. As an Abrahamic faith, Rastafarianism acknowledges the existence of the biblical Jesus. Rastafarianism believes in a single God composed of three parts, as in the mainstream Christian Trinity. This deity, Jah, has throughout the ages taken human form to deliver his message to mankind. Jesus of Nazareth is commonly accepted as an incarnation of Jah, and the scriptures related to him are generally accepted as canon by Rastafarians. Jesus' ministry on earth and his teachings are central to their beliefs, as is the idea of his resurrection and eventual return. When Haile Selassie became a prominent figure in the faith, the majority of Rastafarians accepted him as the second coming of Jesus, returned as king. Moving on to Buddhism. Most Buddhists acknowledge and respect the fact Jesus lived a self-sacrificial life and had compassion for those who were in spiritual need. This kind of compassion is seen by Buddhists to be the key to happiness and enlightenment. For this reason, many Buddhists refer to Jesus as an enlightened man. Jesus is seen as someone who possessed the correct perspective on life, and his teaching helped other people embrace the truth. Some Buddhists have recognized Jesus as a bodhisattva, one who dedicated his life sacrificially to the service and betterment of others. And while Jesus is seen as a wise teacher, he is not seen here as being divine. And up at number 2, we have Islam. Islam affirms Jesus, known as Isa, was one of God's most important prophets, sent as a messenger to the children of Israel, but deny that he is God or the Son of God. Muslims acknowledge Jesus as a divinely wise teacher. The Quran reports Jesus' disciples, as a result of his teaching, were filled with compassion and mercy. However, they believe the teaching of Jesus was limited by the will of Allah, and that Jesus' disciples ultimately identified themselves as Muslims. Muslims believe that Jesus performed many miracles by the will of Allah, and that Jesus ascended into heaven in bodily form, and he will sit beside Allah during the judgment. Muslims deny that Jesus was crucified or that he died on the cross. Islam acknowledges Jesus will return in the future. The Hadith, a collection of sayings from Muhammad, describes this second coming of Jesus and maintains that Jesus will return as a Muslim or Ummati and as a follower of Muhammad, returning to earth to revive Islam. And of course, up at number 1 today, we have Christianity. Christians believe God sent his son Jesus, the Messiah, to save the world, being born through immaculate conception to the Virgin Mary. Jesus had 12 apostles and taught and spread the Lord's message while performing miracles. Christians believe Jesus was crucified on a cross to offer the forgiveness of sins and was resurrected 3 days after his death before ascending to heaven. Christians contend that Jesus will return to earth again in what's known as the second coming. The Holy Bible includes important scriptures that outline Jesus' teachings, the lives and teachings of major prophets and disciples, and also offering instructions for how Christians should live. All right, friends, this brings us to the end of today's video on 10 religions that believe in Jesus. I hope you enjoyed today's video as much as I did. Let me know in the comments below which of today's religions surprised you the most based on their beliefs about Jesus. Also, on your way out, please give us a like and subscribe to show us your love, and we will see you right here next time for more facts. See ya!